students, today in this session we will study our third chapter, two stories about flying. There are two parts of this chapter. First, his first flight that we had studied in previous lecture. Second part, Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. Today we will discuss about this lesson. So in the beginning of the chapter, as we read that a pilot is lost in a storm cloud. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? So we will get the answer through reading this question. So student, let's start to know about the author. Frederick Forsyth, born 25 August 1938. He is an English author and occasional political commentator. He is best known for thrillers such as The Day of the Jackal, The Odessa File, The Fourth Protocol, The Dogs of War, The Feast of God, The Veteran, Avenger, The Afghan and The Cobra. So that is all about the author and his writing. So let's start to read the lesson, Black Aeroplane. So as we know about this lesson, so his lesson is also the Frederick Forsyth, as he is known for his thrill and suspense writing. So this lesson is also influenced with thrill and suspense. So this lesson, The Black Aeroplane, depicts vividly the mystery and suspense. It seems incredible sometimes to the scientific world. So on the other hand, we cannot deny the existence of such happening. So students, when you read this lesson, you will also enjoy when it creates thrill and suspense after reading the chapter. So one by one we will read the paragraph and get the description of this. The moon was coming up in the east behind me. The stars were shining in the clear sky above me. Here me refers the author himself. There was not a cloud in the sky, means the sky was clear. I was happy to be alone high up above the sleeping countryside. I was flying my old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward of being with my family. Here looking forward means to wait eagerly. Means he was waiting eagerly to spend his holiday with his family. So here the story starts with the night scene, as the narrator says that it was midnight and the moon was coming up in the east behind him. The sky was clear and the stars were shining above him. There was no cloud. The writer was happy because he was flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England, and he was dreaming about his holiday and looking forward to being with his family. So I looked at my watch 1:30 in the morning. I should call Paris control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I was switched on the radio and said, Paris control Dakota DS-088 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England, over. So while taking his flight, he dreams about the long holiday with his family. He also fantasizes about the delicious breakfast. So soon he looked at the watch and it was 1:30 in the morning. And he thought to communicate with air traffic controller and informed him that he was on his way to England. The voice from the radio answered him immediately, DS-088, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now. DS-088 over. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank to turn the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. Here switched over means to change from one to another. So he changed his one tank to the second and the last fuel tank. here. I will be on time in time for breakfast. I thought a good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. It was an easy flight. So he also got the answer from the radio and instructed him, and he followed the instruction. He checked the map and the compass and switched over 1 to second and the last fuel tank and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. And he was thinking about a big English breakfast, and he was thinking to spend his holiday with his family, and everything was going well, and it was an easy flight. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind him. When I saw the storm cloud, they were huge. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. So here he was dreaming of his holidays and looking forward to being with his family, and everything was going well. So Paris was about 150 kilometers behind him when he saw huge black mountain storm clouds in front of him across the sky. And I knew I could not fly up and over them, and I did not have enough fuel to fly around them to the north or south. I ought to go back to Paris, I thought, but I wanted to get home. So as soon as he crosses Paris, he gets a look of the dark clouds that were a sign of upcoming storm. The right decision, as he thought that he would have been to turn back to Paris for the sake of safety. But as he being overshadowed by his dreams and not wanting to delay them, so he took risk his own life and head straight into the storm. So he didn't want to miss his holiday with his family, so he took the risk and moved straight into the storm. I wanted that breakfast. I will take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The old Dakota jumped and twisted in the air. So everything gets dark. He is unable to see all his directions. Instruments stopped functioning. He lost control of the plane. So here, students, it creates suspense and thrill. What happens after? And as the scene is created by the author, that it is full of suspense, and the story moves up. So here, inside the cloud, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. And the compass, radio and other instruments suddenly stopped working. I looked at the compass. I couldn't believe my eyes. The compass was turning round and round and round. It was dead. So it was suddenly stopped working. It would not work. The other instrument was suddenly dead too. I tried the radio. Paris control, can you hear me? There was no answer. He could not get the answer through the radio. The radio was dead too. I had no radio, no compass, and I couldn't see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Then, in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. So here compass It is a device used to determine geographic direction. And a radar, it is a device or system for determining the presence and location of an object. So these two words, it is used for determining the presence and location and the direction of an object. So students, here picture before you. In this picture, the pilot, the author, he is flying his old Dakota aeroplane and lost his direction in the storm clouds. He is watching that a black aeroplane is coming near to him. So that is the scene of this chapter. So let's start. It had no lights on its wings, but I could see it flying next to me through the storm. Why the writer told that it is a black aeroplane? Because it has no light. This aeroplane is without light on its wings. So it was totally black. But I could see it flying next to him through the storm. I could see the pilot's face turn towards me. I was very glad to see another person. He lifted one hand and waved, "Follow me." He was saying, "Follow me." So, when all hope was lost, he saw another aeroplane whose pilot was more than willing to rescue him. So, the author was panicking. He was very afraid as there was very less amount of fuel left in his aeroplane. So, then in the black clouds quite near him, he saw another aeroplane and it had no lights on its wings, but he could see it flying next to him through the storm. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of author's Dakota. Here the black pilot of black aeroplane. So he turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of author's Dakota aeroplane, so that it would be easier for the author to follow him. He knows that he was lost. The pilot of the black aeroplane knows that the Dakota aeroplane was lost, and the author also missed his way. He thought he is trying to help him. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota so that it would be easier for him to follow him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. So he followed, and he followed like a child, because at that time his fuel tank was getting exhausted. His fuel, there was very less amount of fuel left in his fuel tank. After an hour, the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the cloud. Now there was only enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. I was starting to feel afraid again. But then he started to go down and I followed through the storm. Suddenly I came out of the cloud and saw 2 long straight lines of lights in front of me. So the anonymous, here the unknown pilot guided him out of the storm and disappeared as soon as they saw lights, the lights of the runway and airport. Upon landing, here it was a runway and airport. I was safe. I turned to look for my friend in the black aeroplane. Here friend refers the pilot of black aeroplane, but the sky was empty. There was nothing. Nothing was there in the sky. Suddenly he saw the runway and he landed down and straight forward went to the control room. here he went to the control room and asked the lady that where the another aeroplane was. The black aeroplane was gone. I could not see it anywhere. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. I went and asked a woman in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. So here upon landing, when he asks the lady in the control room about the other pilot, he is left in shock when she says that he was the only plane in the sky. There was no other plane in the sky. So there was no other pilot and there was no other plane in the sky. I wanted to say thank you. She looked at me very strangely. He here the word used thank you because the black aeroplane helped him to get out of the storm. So he wanted to say thank you, but here the lady looked at him very strangely. She surprised and also she laughed. Another aeroplane up there in the storm? No other aeroplane was flying tonight. Yours was only one I could see on the radar. So the woman in the control center looked at the narrator strangely because the narrator asked him about the black aeroplane and she saw there was no one except the narrator's plane in the sky during the storm. Even the radar showed only the narrator's plane that night in the sky. So who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in my tank? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without light? So it is very difficult to say about the unknown pilot who helped the narrator, and probably it was the narrator himself that helped him to overcome the fear in the storm. And no other aeroplane was seen on the radar except the narrator's Dakota plane. So here the writer left this story without ending and it creates suspense and thrill in the reader's mind. And here one thing that we also come to know that the pilot might hallucinating. He was a good pilot and it might have been his own self that come to his help. So he himself was a good pilot and brave enough who helped himself land safely. So this is a very good and interesting chapter. So one moral lesson of the story we also get that we should not give up our hope even when we are in trouble. So that is end about this chapter. So I think all you interested this chapter very well. So thank you all of you.